Most people do not stay broke because of one huge mistake. They do not usually wake up one morning, make one terrible decision, and destroy their entire financial future in 5 minutes. Most of the time, it happens quietly. A few dollars here, a monthly payment there, a subscription you forgot about, a raise that disappeared before it ever had a chance to help you, a lifestyle that slowly became normal. And because none of these things feel dramatic in the moment, most people never notice the trap closing around them. That is what makes money traps so dangerous. They do not feel like traps. They feel like convenience. They feel like rewards. They feel like normal life. They feel like I work hard, so I deserve this. And sometimes you do deserve to enjoy your money. But if every small decision is quietly pulling you away from freedom, your life can look completely normal on the outside, while your future gets smaller and smaller. So let's break down the money traps that keep people poor without them noticing. Not the obvious ones. Not buying a yacht you cannot afford. Not gambling your rent money. Not spending $10,000 in one weekend. The dangerous traps are usually much more ordinary, and the first one is the trap almost everyone falls into. Trap number 1. Thinking small money does not matter. This is where the leak begins. You spend $5 and tell yourself, it's only $5. A coffee, a snack, a delivery fee, a small upgrade, an app subscription, one little online purchase because you were bored for 15 minutes. And by itself, it is not a disaster. $5 will not ruin your life. $10 will not destroy your future. But the problem is not the single purchase. The problem is the sentence, it's only. Because once your brain believes small amounts do not matter, money starts leaking everywhere. It is only $5. It is only $12. It is only one more subscription. It is only one more takeaway. It is only one small treat. And suddenly, your money is not being lost through one huge decision. It is being drained by 100 tiny decisions you barely remember making. That is the uncomfortable part. Most small spending does not become memories. It becomes background noise. You do not remember every coffee. You do not remember every snack. You do not remember every impulse purchase. But your bank account remembers. And your future remembers. This does not mean you should never enjoy small things. That is not the point. The point is awareness, because small money, repeated long enough, becomes big money. A few dollars a day can become hundreds per month. Hundreds per month can become thousands per year, and thousands per year can become the difference between building wealth and constantly wondering where your money went. The first trap keeps you poor by making your spending feel too small to question. Trap number 2, the monthly payment trap. This is when people stop asking, how much does this cost, and start asking, can I afford the payment? That question sounds practical, but it can become dangerous. Because a monthly payment makes expensive things feel smaller. A car does not feel like $30,000. It feels like $400 a month. A phone does not feel like $1,200. It feels like $40 a month. Furniture does not feel expensive. It feels like 0% financing. A purchase does not feel dangerous when it has been chopped into tiny pieces. But those pieces stack. One payment becomes 2. 2 becomes 5. 5 becomes a life where your paycheck is already spent before it even arrives. And that is the trap. You can look like you are doing well. You can have a nice car, a new phone, a nice apartment, nice clothes, and still have almost no freedom, because everything in your life has a payment attached to it. And when too much of your income is promised to the past, your future has no room to grow. A monthly payment is not always bad. Some payments are necessary. Rent is a payment. Insurance is a payment. A mortgage can be a payment. But the danger is when monthly payments become your default way of saying yes. Because every time you add another payment, you reduce the amount of life you actually control. You may still earn money, but less of it belongs to you. Trap number 3. Lifestyle creep. This trap hides inside progress. You get a raise, you make more money. You think life should finally get easier. But somehow 6 months later, you are still stressed. Still waiting for payday. Still not investing much. Still wondering why a higher income did not make you feel wealthier. That is lifestyle creep. Your income goes up, and your lifestyle quietly follows it. You upgrade your apartment, you eat out more often, you buy nicer clothes, you take better holidays. You choose convenience more often because now you can afford it. And none of it feels crazy. It feels reasonable. You worked hard, you improved your income. You want your life to improve too. The problem is not enjoying your raise. The problem is when the entire raise disappears into a slightly better version of the same financial stress. Because if every income increase becomes a spending increase, you never actually move forward. You just become a more expensive version of broke. This is why some people earn $30,000 and feel behind, then $50,000 and feel behind, then $80,000 and still feel behind. Because the gap between income and expenses never grows, and that gap is where wealth is built. Not your income alone, not your lifestyle, not how successful you look. The gap, the money you keep, the money you invest, the money that does not disappear. Trap number 4, paying for convenience by default. Convenience is everywhere now. Food delivery, ride shares, express shipping, premium apps, quick upgrades. Paying extra because you are tired. Paying extra because you are busy. Paying extra because it saves 10 minutes. And convenience is not evil. Sometimes it is worth it, but it becomes a trap when it turns into your default lifestyle. Because convenience spending is usually emotional. You are stressed, so you order food. You are tired, so you pay extra. You are bored, so you shop. You are overwhelmed, so you choose the easiest option, again and again. And because each decision solves a tiny problem in the moment, it feels justified. But over time, convenience can become one of the biggest taxes on your future. You are not only paying for the product, you are paying for the feeling of not having to think. That can get expensive fast. The danger is not one takeaway meal. The danger is when your normal day is designed in such a way that spending extra money becomes the only way to get through it. This is why personal finance is not just about discipline. It is also about environment. If your life is chaotic, expensive choices become easier. So the solution is not to shame yourself. The solution is to make the better choice easier before you need it. Cancel what you do not use. Prepare simple meals. Automate savings. Delete shopping apps if they pull you in. Set rules before emotions take over. Because when you rely on willpower at the end of a long day, convenience usually wins. Trap number 5, waiting until you have more money to start. This trap sounds responsible. People say, I'll start investing when I make more. Or, I'll start saving when life calms down. Or, I'll get serious when I have a better job. And sometimes, yes, urgent things come first. Bills matter. High-interest debt matters. Emergency savings matter. But many people are not waiting because they have a clear plan. They are waiting because starting feels uncomfortable. They think investing is something future them will do. Future them will be richer. Future them will be smarter. Future them will finally understand everything. But future you is built by present you. And the habit matters more than the starting amount. Starting small teaches you how money works. It teaches you how investing feels. It teaches you how markets move. It teaches you how to stay consistent. It teaches you that money can have a job before you feel rich. The danger of waiting is that it becomes an identity. You become someone who is always about to start, about to save, about to invest, about to fix things, about to get serious. And then 5 years pass. Life has moved. Prices have moved. The market has moved. But you are still waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment rarely feels perfect while you are living through it. Most people who build wealth do not start because everything is ideal. They start because they understand that time is part of the engine. Trap number 6, confusing looking rich with becoming rich. This might be the most socially powerful trap because we live in a world where wealth is often judged by what people can see. The car, the clothes, the holidays, the apartment, the restaurants, the lifestyle. And because those things are visible, they become tempting. You can buy the appearance of wealth much faster than you can build actual wealth. Looking rich gives you immediate feedback. People notice. People compliment. People assume you are doing well. But becoming rich is often quiet. It looks like driving the same car longer, living below your means, investing money no one sees, avoiding unnecessary debt, choosing patience over status. And that can feel boring when everyone else is performing success. But the person who looks rich may be financially fragile, and the person who looks ordinary may be quietly building freedom. That is why comparison is so dangerous. You see the car. You do not see the loan. You see the holiday. You do not see the credit card balance. You see the lifestyle. You do not see the stress behind it. If you build your financial life around being seen, you will spend money on things that impress people who do not pay your bills, and that is a bad trade. Because the goal is not to look free. The goal is to become free. Trap number 7. Having no emergency fund. This one is simple, but it changes everything. When you have no emergency fund, every surprise becomes debt. A car repair, a broken phone, a medical bill, a missed paycheck, a sudden move. Life does not ask if you are ready, it just happens. And without cash, even a small emergency can push you backwards. You might be trying to save, trying to invest, trying to get ahead. Then one unexpected expense hits, and suddenly you are using a credit card, borrowing money, or canceling progress. That is why an emergency fund is not just money sitting there, it is protection. It protects your investments from being sold at the wrong time. It protects you from panic decisions. It protects your ability to think clearly. Because when you have no cushion, you are forced to react. And reacting is expensive. An emergency fund may not feel exciting. It does not make you feel like an investing genius. It does not go viral, but it gives your financial life stability. And stability is what allows growth to continue. Trap number 8. Not knowing where your money actually goes. This sounds basic, but it is one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck. They do not know. They have a feeling. They have a guess. They think they spend around a certain amount. They think subscriptions are probably not that much. They think eating out is not too bad. They think shopping is under control. But they do not actually know. And what you do not measure is very easy to underestimate. Tracking your money is not about punishment. It is not about obsessing over every cent forever. It is about seeing reality, because once you see reality, you can make decisions. Before that, you are just reacting to vibes. You may discover that one category is quietly destroying your progress. You may discover that your fixed costs are too high. You may discover that your small purchases are not small when they repeat. You may discover that you are earning enough to build wealth, but the money is leaking before it gets a job. That awareness can feel uncomfortable at first, but it is also freeing. Because a problem you can see is a problem you can solve. A problem you refuse to look at keeps controlling you. And the final trap is believing that this is just who you are. This is not a math trap. It is an identity trap. It happens when someone has struggled with money for so long that they stop believing anything can change. They say, "I'm just bad with money." Or, "People like me never get ahead." Or, "What's the point?" And once that belief takes hold, it becomes very hard to act differently, because if you believe your future is already decided, why would you sacrifice for it? Why would you save? Why would you invest? Why would you learn? Why would you try? This is how the trap becomes self-fulfilling. Not because the person is incapable, but because they have stopped seeing themselves as someone who can build. The truth is, your past money habits explain where you are. But they do not have to decide where you go. You can start small. You can fix one leak. You can cancel one payment. You can build one emergency fund. You can invest one small amount. You can change the system slowly, and no, it will not transform everything overnight. But it does not need to. The goal is not to become a completely different person tomorrow. The goal is to stop repeating the same invisible patterns that keep stealing your future. Because that is what money traps do. They make you think nothing is happening. The small spending does not matter. The payment is manageable. The raise is finally enough to upgrade. The convenience is worth it. Investing can wait. The lifestyle proves success. The emergency will not happen. The budget is unnecessary. The future is already decided. But all of those beliefs have a cost, and the cost is freedom. So the way out is not one dramatic move. It is noticing. Noticing where money leaks. Noticing which payments own your paycheck. Noticing when your lifestyle rises faster than your assets. Noticing when you are buying status instead of building stability. Noticing when the present is quietly stealing from the future. That is where change begins. Not with shame, not with panic, not with perfection, with awareness. Because once you see the traps, they stop being invisible. And once they stop being invisible, you can start choosing differently. One canceled payment, one avoided impulse purchase, one automatic investment, one emergency fund transfer, 1 month of tracking, one decision to keep part of the raise instead of spending all of it. That is how people escape. Not all at once, quietly. The same way the traps were built. But this time the direction is different, and that is the real difference between staying stuck and building wealth. It is not only how much money you make, it is how much of your money gets to stay, how much gets to grow, how much gets protected, and how much is no longer wasted on a life you did not consciously choose, because the money traps keeping you poor